We'll still wait for a couple of minutes. We'll still wait for a few minutes for others to join. Good afternoon, Vidhi. Okay, we shall begin. Others can join when they can join. Okay, in the last session, we were seeing interfaces, right? In the last interfaces. Okay, in interfaces, we have seen implementing the interface, implementing multiple interface also in one class where you can have the application of diamond inheritance, right? Now, and we have also seen the differences between abstract class and interface also, where they both are, how can you differentiate both of them? That also we can see. We have already seen that. Any questions in that? Any questions in the previous session? Okay. What about you, Harshvardhan, Meghna, Srinarayan? Yes. Rishabh, Howdy, Tanmayraj. Anybody having any questions in the last session that you have seen? Yes, Banushali, Krunal, Meghna, Manyar, Samir Alam. Anybody is having any doubts in the last session? Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, then we can begin with. Okay, before we begin with the next topic, in the interface itself, I told that you can have the diamond inheritance with the interface itself. That is one thing. Okay, but another thing is you can also extend two interfaces. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Okay, you can extend two interfaces, meaning, let me show it to you. Uh, okay, example. Okay, yes, I can give you this example. Interface. Say for example, employee is one of the interface, and interface manager is another interface, and we also have interface. Say for example, or we can say uh, developer, and here you have senior developer. And you have junior developer. Okay. So interface can extend itself, meaning I can also mention here the developer is extending employee. Okay. I can even mention here extends developer. And here similarly, this is junior developer is also extending developer. Okay. So it is again also one more thing. You can also provide, comma separated this over here. I'm just saying you that you can also provide comma separated senior developer. Right? This was not possible in classes, right? But in interface, it is possible. Can you tell me why it is possible in interface? It is just self-explanatory itself. Can you tell me why it is possible in interface to extend multiple interfaces? Can you tell me that?
Because interfaces method do not have any body.
Yes, exactly. You are right. Correct. The body is not there, so any which way implementation is not there. So it is okay to have the multiple interface implementation over here. So if somebody says multiple inheritance is possible in Java, yes, it is possible through interfaces like this also, or by class and interface combination, like we have already seen. Class ABC, whatever is the class, it can extend one class. Okay, it can extend a class and it can also implement an interface. In that way, also it is possible. Okay. So for example, implements junior developer. Right. One more thing is, if I'm mentioning here that junior developer is extending all the previous, mentioned interfaces, it means that all the previous methods of this interfaces, which are declared initially, they are already visible in junior developer. Okay. I'm simply mentioning here simple developer just to show you I was giving that example. Okay. But now, say for example, we have a method set employee ID. Okay, this is a method of employee class. Developer is, void job role or some job role for developer is different. According to which developer you are asking for, the job role is going to vary for developers. Same way, I can also set the same. I can add a different function over here, like different perform. Some function is there over here, right? Then the senior developer this is going to, as it is extending junior developer class, automatically the function job role and this function set EID, automatically both of them are visible over here. Just because of inheritance itself, it is visible over here. Right? That is the first thing. So now whichever class is implementing the senior developer, say for example, okay, senior developer, it has to give implementation of, I'm just erasing it. Okay. Now this class, it has to give implementation of Which functions? Does it mean only it has to be implementation of senior developer only, meaning only perform? No, it has to also give the implementation of job role and set EID, because both of them are visible here in developer. We are extending developer here. So all these methods are visible in senior developer. So class ABC has to implement all the methods along with the perform method. Along with the perform method, it has to be an implementation of all the other methods which are there. It is still showing me why you haven't overridden the method job role. Okay, it is extending. Senior developer is already extending developer, in the sense it has to extend the job role also. It has to also give the implementation of set ID. Are you getting clear that this concept is clear in inheritance?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, this is good, good. So what I'm telling is, you can definitely apply extends keyword over here for multiple classes also, or you can even extend single class also. But whichever class is implementing now this interface, no, it has to provide implementation of all the super interfaces methods. Okay, so this way also inheritance multiple level is possible in Java. All right, there is one thing. Okay, now this is done in interface. Do you have any questions regarding how to any questions regarding inheritance specifically? What is inheritance? How to extend a class? What do you mean by extends keyword? What can you extend? What can you perform in extend function? Okay, extend keyword. What can you perform different roles with extend? Another thing is, what is implements keyword? Difference between implements and extends keyword. What is abstract class? What do you mean by a strict abstract class, or strict or 100% abstract class? What do you mean by interface? Any questions do you have in inheritance? This all are the topics of inheritance only. And one more thing I forgot, we have also done this, how to stop inheritance. How to stop inheritance, meaning if you qualify a class as final, you cannot inherit that class anymore, right? That also we have seen initially. Again, I can show it to you. If you qualify a class as final, if you qualify a class, right, as a final, then this class can never be implemented. Okay, means if you want to stop inheritance, just qualify a class as final, then it cannot extend, cannot inherit final class, right? So if you want to stop inheritance, what you can do? If you want to allow inheritance, just remove the final keyword, then the extension is definitely possible. Any questions in inheritance unit topic? You can ask me the topics, your question you have in having it. You can shoot your questions. I'm okay with that.
Ma'am, as long as I remember, maybe we haven't done final keyword in the class.
Final keyword we have not done. Okay,
No,
okay,
ma'am.
okay. Then I'll do it again, no problem. It is very simple. Okay, final can be used to declare variables which are final in the sense that if you remember this. Okay, let me name it as first. Okay, so whenever you are creating a variable, okay, you can usually, you can change the value of I, right? You can even write shortened operators, and you can modify this value, right? Let us see the output. Yes, so you can modify the variable, right? You can modify the variable's value, but if you are qualifying a variable as final, that's when the modification of this variable's value is not possible. Okay, if you are modifying this variable, it is not going to allow you to change the variable because it is qualified as final. Initially, before JDK 4 or 5, the keyword was const. Const is used for creating constants in Java. Now, which all variables are constants? I'll tell you. If you remember math.py, right? Can I increment math.py? No, because pi is a final variable. See, right? So these kind of variables which are pre-declared in the Java's library, or if you want, even you can create that kind of variables where you cannot change the value of it. Those variables are known as final, right? Any questions in final variables? No, you cannot change the value of a variable. Yeah? No questions, right? In what do you mean by final variable?
Yes, ma'am. No question.
Yes. So final keyword, just like public and it is just a qualifier only. You can give final in front of variable. You can give final in front of functions also, and also in front of class. Okay. Right. Now let me give final in terms of function. Okay, I am qualifying a function as final. Let us see what is happening. Okay, I am creating a class A, and it is having some print function. Okay, but I am mentioning, okay, it is a non-final function and void show. Okay, this function is a final function. Say for example, this function is a final function. Now, if I extend this A in class B, extends A. Okay, I'm extending A here. Then I can definitely override the method, right? Overriding is possible over here. I can give the whole different implementation of this show method here. I can give the whole different implementation of again print here also. Okay. If, for example, I'm overriding print, it is definitely possible to override print because it is non-final. Okay. But now, if I try to override the final method, meaning if I'm trying to override void show, okay, I'm simply mentioning here void show, right? It will not allow me to override. Why? Because the method is finally declared in the class A, means the method cannot be changed. So you cannot redefine the method again, or you cannot override it, right? To prevent this method inheritance, method overriding also, you can use final keyword in front of a method to stop overriding in inheritance, right? But can it be overloaded? Can you overload this function? Again, let us see. Okay, I am overloading means I am doing it in the same class. Again, overloading is definitely possible. In the same class, you are creating one more show function with no parameters, with one parameter. Overloading is possible, but in inheritance, if you don't want this function to be extended by any of the class, meaning you want to restrict this function to be accessible outside this class, you can not accessing but overriding it. Accessing is a different thing. You can definitely access it outside the class with the help of the object of class A. You can definitely access it. It is not private here, right? But if it is final, you cannot change the body of the function. That is the reason you cannot redeclare function again, and you cannot provide a different body here. Getting it was what is the final method now?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can we use a final keyword with constructor?
No, constructors can never be final because you are going to create object, no, for a class. That's why constructors can be public, but they cannot be final, right? Yes. Okay. Now, because see, a final it cannot be overridden, right? If I want to show you why it is not possible, then let me try to show it to you. Why it is not possible to create a final constructor. Okay. If you remember the constructor calling sequence, right? If you remember this, right? We have done it with super also, right? If I want to call A's function here with a different parameter, then I can definitely call it like this, no, super. Super in the bracket 10. This will call super class is this constructor, right? Yes. What I am doing here, I am actually calling it from the super class, right? Meaning some or the other way, I am going to call the super class constructor in inheritance as in when you are, you cannot override the final thing, no. Here what you are doing, actually you are overriding the constructor. See, whenever you are creating this constructor, you are overriding the B's constructor with the same parameter. It automatically is going to call the super constructor, right? But overriding of constructors can only happen if this final is not there. Otherwise, overriding cannot happen. Same with the case of functions also. Overriding cannot happen. As why it is calling the superclass constructor? Because it is overriding. So it is calling it first and then it is coming to the subclass again, right? Even if I don't mention this, automatically the call is going to the superclass constructor because it is overridden over here, right? It is going to be the same instance of this class. So it is calling it best before it is calling the B's constructor with its object, it is still calling A. It is overridden constructor over here. But if you qualify this as final, then it cannot be overridden. So it is not allowed. Getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now I am coming to this final class. Okay. Final class meaning you don't want this class to be inherited by any other classes. In that case, you can mention here keyword final. Final you can give only to variables. You can give it to functions, also to classes. But for constructors, you cannot give. Once you give here final keyword, this class will not be extendable by any of the classes. Okay, so you can see inheritance is not possible over here, right? Same in the case of functions also, same with the case of variables also. You cannot modify, here you cannot inherit it. So if you want to stop inheritance, you can definitely use this final class in preceding the class declaration. Be it public, be it private, the qualifier doesn't matter, but you can definitely use it like this. Right. Any example and any questions do you have in final keyword now? See, if I want to show the example of the final keyword, then I can show it to you. I believe this math class is again final. You cannot inherit math. See, now we are getting the example. You cannot inherit final math because math was a final class. Are you getting it now? You cannot inherit it because if you inherit it, you will try to change the property of that class. No. And math is a predefined class where properties are not to be changed. So it is qualified as final. Right? If we go and if we check this math class, we will be able to see, and it is not possible to here itself. In the SRC, I can show it to you. It is in the lang package. Okay, yes. See, the class is final. You cannot modify it. Getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I think string also, huh? Let me try. I think we have never have inherited string anywhere. String also must be final. Yes, string is also final. Yes, you cannot inherit string class also. Otherwise, we will try and change its properties. No. So they are not allowing you to, divert the properties of few predefined fixed dated classes, because otherwise you can give your own implementation for string. That will completely change the scenario, right? So they are not allowing. Getting it? Yes. Anybody having any questions in how to stop inheritance? What is final variable, final method, final class? You can let me know right away. Okay. Okay. Then I want to show you one small thing. I can show it to you like this only. Okay, yeah, I can show it to here itself. Okay, we have a class A, okay, and we have a class B. That is, extending A. Then I want to show you this instance of, okay, yes, instance of operator that I want to show you. I don't want to typecast for now. Okay, I just want to show you. I can simply print it. I don't want to use it in if condition. Instance of is actually a Boolean operator. It is going to print, VOB equals to new V. Okay. Then, okay, I'm printing it directly here. I'm printing it using is OB instance of B. Okay. BANCE. Yes. An instance of, I think it's a whole word. Yes. And now I remember. Okay. Instance of is a keyword. It's an actually operator. It returns Boolean true or false itself. What do you mean by instance of? Simple thing, object of. Right? Is OB an instance of B? Yes, definitely is, because OB is instance of B. This will definitely going to return, true over here, because B is the OB is the instance of B. The same you read this English words, the same way you read the operator also. We are simply mentioning OB is instance of B. Yes, it is true. Now in inheritance, how it is working, as B is extended from A, I can say that we are doing the same thing also. We have used this thing also before in hand only. With OB's object, you can call all the methods of A class, right? You can definitely call all the methods of A class with OB's object because it is a subclass and A is a superclass, right? Then I can also write here that OB instance of A. I can also check, is OB the instance of A? As B is inherited from A itself, the object of B can access functions of A. So we can also check that is OB instance of it is going to give me true only. Alright. Instance of is an operator which is going to give you either true or false based on checking whether this OB is the object of B or not. Can OB access the properties of B? And can OB access the properties of A? As it can, it is giving you true here, right? If I avoid this inheritance, if I avoid the superclass subclass relationship, definitely it is going to show me error because they are in. It is not possible to mention instance of if they are not in inheritance. Getting it? What I am trying to do is with B's object I am trying to access A's property, which is not possible without inheritance. It is showing me the error directly. Means you cannot access this. B cannot be the OB cannot be the instance of A. Okay. Without inheritance, you can definitely not allow the subclass superclass relationship. Then it will not going to work. Meaning your B should be in the easy relationship with class A for the instance of to work. That is the first thing. Okay. Another thing I want to show it to you. I want to show you if I am mentioning that OB is currently referring to null block of memory, meaning OB is not referring to this reference variable OB is not referring to any of the memory block of B or A. It is currently null. Okay. In that case, if I try to print both of them, then as it is not pointing towards B's allocation, not pointing towards A's allocation, in that case, it will definitely print false. Currently, because we have referred it to null, OB's linkage with the new block of memory for B, as well as say it is broken here. There is no link between the block new object of B or new object of A and OB. If I am making it point to null, then automatically instance of will not work and it is going to print that it is false. Instance of operator is used to check whether the current object that you are using is the instance of or the object of which of the classes. Even if you have multi-level inheritance, okay, say you have here class C, okay, and your A is extending class C, okay, and this is extending in class A. This is again a level inheritance, right? C's property is in A, okay, and A and C both property are accessible by B. Then again, if I try the same thing for C, again the same thing for C I can try. It is going to return me true only here because they all the three are in the subclass superclass relationship, and you can access any one of them, right? Again with C also it is going to be true only, but with this we can check which all properties OB can access. OB can access A's property as well as C's property. Along with it, it can also have its own properties. Are you getting what is the use of instance of operator? Okay, somebody is typing. Okay, yes. Yes, are you getting what is the use of instance of operators? It is going to return Boolean, true or false. It is going to check whether this operator, this OB that you are using, is the instance of B or A or which of the superclass it is going to refer to, that you can check with instance of. Yes, are you getting this?
Ma'am, what happens in case of reference object?
Reference object meaning? Can you repeat? Okay, this one.
Ma'am, we used to create for abstract classes.
Okay. Okay, for abstract class you are telling. Yes, if you can make it point to that. Okay, let me show it to you. Okay, I'm removing this. I'm creating A as abstract. Okay. I'm creating A as abstract class. Okay. As A is extended in this class. Okay. What you are creating? You are making the reference of A, but you are making it point to B's memory location, right? You are making the reference variable of A, you are making it point to B's allocation. Definitely it is going to return true over there, right? Because any which way, for A and for B, let us check. Okay, if I run it again, definitely this is going to be true only because currently A's reference is pointing to B's memory allocation. Getting it? Because you are making it point to, you are making it point to the new memory allocation of B. That is the reason it is pointing to. It is both going to show you true only. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because with this OB, you can access A's property also. Along with that, you can access B's property also, right? It is again a reference, but reference has become the new object. If it was like this, no? See, if it is like this, no? If it is null, right? Then both of them will not print anything here. They are pointing to nothing here, right? So everything will be false C. But you are making it point to the memory allocation of B. And as B is the subclass of A, B can access properties of A. Also, B can access properties of B itself. So it is printing true in both of them. Getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Yes, anybody having any questions in instance of operator? You have to talk to me at least. Do you get this or not? Are you all awake or you are sleeping because you had good lunch? Are you all awake? Did you take lunch or what? Okay. Darshan, Divya, what about you? Samir Alam, you all are awake, right? Safely? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay, okay. Good, good, good. Okay, okay. No problem, no problem. You didn't have any question in whenever I'm writing SOP. Why are you writing system.out.println? And nobody had any question in this. I am waiting for this question since long. You don't have any question in this? What is system? What is out? Println is a function that you automatically can guess. But what is system? What is out? You don't have any question in that. Or you are getting what is system and out both? Are you getting this? What is system? Can you tell me? If you know, can you tell me? JVM, okay. But what about JVM? System is JVM or system is a class? See, I am by default accessing this class. So it is definitely visible in lang package itself, right? Did you explore system class anytime? See, here I have system class, right? Now, do you see this system.in that we are writing every time? You see this in object that we are writing, no? System.in we are writing every time, right? See this in. The same way you have in, no? The same way you have out also. I have to search for out. Let me search if I can get it. The same way you have in, the same way you have out also. Out is nothing but yes, here print stream out. See, yes, I got it. Print stream is a class. Again, it is a class in Java, and out is just an object of this class. Okay, just don't think about these three qualifiers. If you remove this, you can see A OB, B OB, right? Name of the print stream. Print stream is a class here. Out is the object of this class, right? And same way, you have input stream is a class here, inbuilt class here. We are going to see the streams in the stream and IO different unit. It is there for this, but again, input stream is a class, and in is nothing but an object of input stream class. Okay. So now, whenever you are writing system dot in and dot out, why? Because they both are static. C, static print stream object out, right? And static, input stream in. So whenever you want to access a static variable, we use class name dot variable name. Same way, static object class name dot variable name or the object name. That is the reason we are using system class name dot in and system dot out, and they both are object only. So your print stream is having the function println. Okay, and that is the reason println is printing everything and all. But system is a class in which out and in both are objects. In for input stream and out for print stream. And the name suggests print stream is a class which is used for simply printing anything. And in print stream class, you have that function. In IO, sorry, I have to go to IO. In IO, you have this print stream class, which we are going to explore it later on for sure. It is a big fat class. This class is having property, this class is having a function println. Okay. It is having this function println C. So it is printing the value of that, that whatever you are writing in the bracket, no, it is printing the value of that. It is having its own function. And this system is a class which you cannot extend. See, it is final again. This class you cannot extend. It is final here. You cannot use inheritance in the system class. Also, system.out. Why dot out and dot in? Why? Because in and out both are static variables. Not actually variables, but objects of class input stream and output stream both. So if anybody asks you what is system.out.println, now you should be able to answer. Right? Now, do you have any question in SOP? You have used this statement millions of times. Do you understand what is system.out.println now? Yes. Yes. Okay, okay. Okay, now if you don't have any question in inheritance, then the unit is actually done. Then we can start with a new fresh unit, not today, next session of course. Today you are done for the session but still we have time. If you have questions regarding inheritance, you can shoot your questions. If you don't have any question, then I have a question, a very good question on which you can work upon. It's again a hacker rank or hacker earth question. Please try to work on this question. It's a very good question. Okay. Please try to work on this. It's a very good question. Interesting one also. Relates to string directly. Please see this question and try to work. It is a very good question. If you are not getting this question also, you can tell me, but it is understandable. You can read and you can understand. Very string operations are there. Actually very easy, but still interesting question is there. Yes, are you getting the question what you need to do here? Okay, good, good, good. Please try. It's a good question. If you want, this is the sample input output. If you want to see, I can keep it. You don't have to worry about the number of queries. That is okay. Number of operations. If you want to take input, that is okay. Otherwise, if you don't want to take input, again it is okay. You can modify it in a certain way that once this character is entered or stop word is entered, you can stop the program. That depends on you how you want to manage it. But see if you can you know create this program. It is a good one. If you're not able to understand the questions, let me know and send it to you. Simple. Yes, 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 yes. I can paste it. I can also paste the explanation if you want. That also I can do. I'm also sharing the explanation of this. Why the output is like that, that is I'm sharing. Okay. Yes. Yes, anybody facing any queries or any problems in the while solving it, just let me know. I'll help you out. Meanwhile, you're doing, I'll take the attendance. Ayush is present. Yes. Rohan, Vipin, Manav,
Yes, ma'am.
Anuj, Riddhi. Riddhi is there. Yashraj, Dash, Mansi, Nikita,
Present, ma'am.
Manthan, Smith Kumar,
Yes, ma'am.
Devant is present. Pala, Yashang,
Yes, ma'am.
yes. Dipen,
Yes, ma'am.
Tushar,
Present, ma'am.
yes. Yash,
Present.
Darshan Manyar,
Ma'am, Manyar had a problem with his internet and he messaged me.
Parmar, Udayraj, Rishabh, Ivanchi,
Present.
Janvi,
Present, ma'am.
Anusha, Harshvardhan, Vijayaraj,
Present, ma'am.
Deep, Vidhania, Harpi is present, Avinash is there, Andrew is not there, Limbani,
Yes, ma'am.
Arjun, Maharana, Tanmayraj, Vignesh Prasad,
Present, ma'am.
Panjwani, Sushil Prasad, Dhruvi,
Yes, ma'am.
Naitik, Dharmik, Mohammed, Runal,
Ma'am, AI 27.
Present, ma'am.
AI,
27.
Tanmayraj, you are there,
Yes, ma'am.
Runal,
Present.
Nidhi, yes, yes, yes. Nidhi is present, right? Arpit, Meghna,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, Yash, Navdeep is there, Divya is there, Saif Ali, Samir Arun, both. Yes, yes. Isha,
Present, ma'am.
yes. Vibhucha, Om Parik, Aditya is there. Kriplani,
Present, ma'am.
okay, you are there. Aditya Jain, Vedakan,
Present, ma'am.
oh, right, Divyajit wants to join now. Yes, Divyajit, I have marked you as present. Jay Dakan is there.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Priyank, Tushar,
Present, ma'am.
yes, Nikita, Girish,
Present, ma'am.
Pathik, enrollment number 62. Shri is present. 61, 59, 60, 63. Hima, 65, 73. Mohammed is present.
Yes, ma'am.
Darshan Raj is there. Jaideep, Priti?
Present, madam.
What happened? Okay. Vaishali?
Jaydeep present, madam.
Where did you there? Yes, yes. Vasu? Kunal?
Present, ma'am.
Alibad? And you all can leave the session.